And I know I started the video early. How strange is that? But I want to hurry and get it done so I can spend time with my wife. So I figured, what the heck? I will just nail this one, get it done, and be done with it. And the funny thing is I decided to do one ahead of time to make sure I could do it okay on camera. And for the life of me, I could not figure it out. I actually had to go online and had to find a PDF of the directions to get this thing apart. Even then, it was still a pain. So I'm glad I'm making this video because it's not the same as doing He-Man, which you think it would be the same, but it is not. So let's go ahead and do some battery changing, and then I'll talk about my different customs when it comes to my Skeletor, laser light Skeletor. So thanks for joining me, and let's get going on this. So first of all, a long time ago, in Classics figures towards the end, they decided to release a 2-pack of He-Man and Skeletor, and it was Laser Power He-Man and Laser Light Skeletor. And I've had these figures a long time, and as time goes on, of course, the batteries end up dying. Now, I put a link in the description of the batteries I used, and the batteries come in these 10 packs, and you get 10 packs for $9.99. So basically 30 cents a battery. It's the cheapest way to find them. And it was a little scary because today I was trying to get a picture, as you saw in the thumbnail, all the laser lights lit up and this one. And it took me like 15 minutes to click them all and have them stay on, because they only stay on for about, I don't know, 10, 12 seconds. So if you don't hurry and take the snapshot within that time frame, it will just die on you. And trying to get them all on, get the lighting set up and everything else just right. And I also have a 3-second timer on it, so I have to push them all, click my button, and then it's also a 1-second open where I have it the 1-second exposure. That's what I'm looking for, so that will get the best glow possible. So I have 4 seconds wasted just in the time it takes the camera to take the picture too on top of it. So anyway, enough about how the camera takes the picture. Let's go ahead and change some batteries, and we'll talk about the customs. So the first thing you'll notice in the back is you don't have to remove the pack in order to change the battery. In fact, this one actually has a screw right here on the back. And I already changed this one. Already changed. Ooh, ah. And then I'll talk about the modes too in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and change this one too. You know what? Oh yeah, this is the way you came with this hood. So this was my first easy custom. And basically, you can't help but talk about New Adventures Skeletor and He-Man when you talk about Laser Light. Laser Light was kind of like a preface to the New Adventures. And so we take a look at our New Adventures Skeletor. Dun, 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 dun. It is very similar. Now, we know when we got the New Adventures Skeletor, they gave us what's known as fat armor. No, 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 fat armor. And it's where they have a large bump on the side because they built it up in order to put a piece on there to click it in place. And so you can see just how thick this rubber is on the side. And not only is the rubber thick, but we also have a lat muscle right there at the same spot. So you get this fat armor syndrome going on. And so my first logical thought, besides fixing the fat armor problem, was to just use my Laser Light Skeletor to be my New Adventures Skeletor. Because as you guys know, I had a lot of extras because I bought so many He-Mans and they come in a 2-pack. So I just tossed the helmet on them. Ba-doo! And there you have a really simple Laser Light New Adventures Skeletor! Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and change out his batteries. So basically you just take the screw in the back. Should be pretty self-explanatory, right? For some reason though, I could not get mine apart. The first one, it took forever. And you can feel when it starts to tighten up when you know you've gone out far enough. There we go. That's the spot. And I thought this black line here was where it separated. So I kept trying to pry this open and pry this open. I just could not get it. And then I realized there's a little thumb latch here, and you just pull right here, and then you slide down, and then it comes off. Because this thing slides into place. So it slides up in there and then clicks in. Because this is on a round piece, you just can't slide it first because it's stuck inside this hole. So you first got to pry, causing a little bending action, and then slide down. So pull, slide, then it comes off, and now you're ready. So let's go ahead and pop these batteries out. Best way to pop them out is to grab them from the top, catch the lip, and then just slide them right out. Now, like I mentioned in the last video, when you toss these, don't just throw them in the garbage. Either send them to recycling or make sure you wrap them up really good so that kids won't choke on them or get them stuck in their stomach. So I have a special box. I stick them all in to recycle them all. And then we shall open up one of our cool 10 packs. And again, I have a link to the description, and a link in the description to these on Amazon. The links do help the channel. So even if you don't plan on buying batteries, just click the link and we'll get you the cookie to help my channel for the next few hours after you click the link. So you slide in the flat part on the bottom, slide the next one in, and the middle, or the last one you want to put in the middle. It's the easiest way to do it, and it just kind of pushes them out and separates them out just like Pez candy when you were a kid. All right, let's go ahead and slide this back into place. Slide on there. There we go. And then once you get it slid in there, just tighten up your screw. Get them likes up. Thank you, Mike. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Jamie. Bat Skeletor could be a new character from the Sledge Master. Yes, Mr. Justice. That would be cool. All right, let's go ahead and kill the lights and see how this... Well, I thought they're all changed, and we'll kill the lights. But you can see what's cool about this is this figure here... I'll kill one of the lights. This figure here, not only does the hand light up, but so do the eyes. Burr, burr, burr. And so because of that, there's not a wire running through here like we saw with He-Man. It's all internal, and that's why this is not removable on the back, because it is actually running through the arm, which is funny because for classics, we don't get any articulation in this arm at all. No elbow joint, no movement for the upper bicep cut. Just the hand does rotate, but again, I would be careful on that. And when you push it, both the eyes and the hand light up. Now, the theory is when it comes to like fiber optics and things like that, the light would then transfer through this and light it all up. But it doesn't really work as cool as you think. But it does remind me of Iron Fist. Oh, Iron Fist Skeletor! And so it is kind of cool. All right, let me get the light back on. We'll do the last one. Now, I know it's funny. I got a ton of laser light He-Mans, but only 3... or laser power He-Man, but only 3 laser light Skeletors. So I don't know how that happened that way, but we'll take him out of there. And let's go ahead and do this guy next. Now this one right here, I got a little more creative with my, oops, that's not the one. I've already done him. This one here, I got a little more creative with trying to make him look a little more like New Adventures. And I was going to go with the crazy reddish color here originally, but I realized it would not match the cape, and changing the cape out would just be way too much effort because of the way it's designed. I did try to remove the cape, and it just was a pain to do. And so I ended up not doing that. But I did end up painting the back of the box purple too to match. So you can see how I was trying to make this look more like it was New Adventure Skeletor with the purple and the boots. And so you can see he kind of matches a little bit better than just throwing the helmet on there. And he doesn't have the fat armor syndrome on top of it. So bonus, bonus, bonus. All right. Now, hopefully it comes apart just as easy with how much paint I got between the parts when I painted it. If I was smart, I would have pulled this off before I painted, but I can see I didn't do that because there's purple paint on the side of it. So hopefully I can get this apart. I'm going to take the screw all the way out just to give myself a more chance of getting this broken free from that paint sitting on there for 10 years. And let's see. Hey, look at that. It came off pretty easily. Ugh. That's crazy. All right, let's get the screws out of there. Or there are the batteries. Into my recycle box. And now let's get these out. And again, the flat side goes down against the spring, and the next one goes in, and the third one you want to put in between like you do Pez candy and just kind of shove it in there. And there you go. I've tried putting it in the bottom, doesn't work. Try putting it in the top, it's a pain to get in there. Just slide it in the middle, it's the easiest way. Then again, to put it on, you want to slide it up and pop it into place at the same time. Bada bing, bada boom. And now to get that screw back in there. I just think it's so weird that it actually changes differently than He-Man. That it's the screws in a different place and the way you actually do it is so different. You'd think they'd be the same. There we go. And you can already see he's already lit up. Dun, 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 dun. So cool. All right. So let's talk about the two modes of action here. Let me turn this light off here. Let me turn this one down. Turn it down, Freddie Brown. There we go. And so one mode is to just push the button and just leave it like that. The other mode is to hold the button down. And after so long, we'll start to flash like crazy. There we go. And that is the flashing mode. And the flashing mode's kind of cool, as you can really see where the light is and isn't. Now, the flashing mode is supposed to save on your batteries, but I don't know, but it does look kind of cool. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Or I just always just push the button. Just turn it on normal. I'm not big in the flashing mode, but there you go. All right, so now here comes the moment of truth. Can I light all these guys up and be able to get them all lit up before the time runs out? So let's go ahead and try this. Actually, before we do, I do want to show off some of my other new adventures Skeletor figures. So this one is the one I got rid of the fat armor. So you can see I actually worked on the sides, and you can see the difference for those that have not seen my fat armor videos before. And so you can see that this has that latch right there, and I've actually cut the latch off, sanded down the rubber, sanded down the lats on the inside, and you can really see the difference in dominoes. You can really see the difference in the lats on the side here of how fat it is versus how it should be. A much more sleek appearance. You can actually put his arms down on his sides now. Or on this one, his arms are so far out, it just looks ridiculous. So you can kind of see the difference. Now, the only difference about this particular one, besides the sides, is I gave him a hood, which I painted to match the cape. But I also still have the regular cool New Adventures helmet. Now, if you've never seen the back of a New Adventures Skeletor head, that is so cool. And they did the same thing with our laser light. They gave him that same kind of back of a crazy head, which is why I know this was actually the precursor to the New Adventures series. Both the laser light and laser power Skeletor and He-Man from the 80s. Okay, let's get these guys all stood up. And the last one is based on the Skeletor Discs of Doom New Adventures, and I kind of had a little fun with it. I don't know where I got this helmet from. I'm sure it's from some kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it looks great on him. He's got the big old stompy feet and just looks really cool. And I did end up giving him a New Adventures, not New Adventures. I did end up giving him the Masterverse Havoc Staff, just because it looks so cool and matches so well with this motif that he has going on. And he also has been fixed to not have the fat armor too. As you can see, he still has lats, but you can still put his arms down. So, very cool. All right, anyway, I've gone through all my customs, and I will set these New Adventures figures aside, because they are really not laser light Skeletors. Which one has the hood? There we go. This is the hooded one. It's supposed to get the matching hood. Fit. There we go. All right. So let's scoot these guys a little bit forward. We'll put He-Man in the back. Oh, I forgot to put his Havoc staff in his hand. I'll put it over here with that guy. And let's line this up. Raise the camera a little bit. Zoom in a little bit. Turn off the light. And here we go. Oh, yes, the eyes do look cool. Okay, let's start with this He-Man here. Oops, I knocked my camera around. And you only got a few seconds to get them all lit up. We can do it. Where's that button? There it is. Get my hands out of the way. Bam, we got them all. Watch how fast they'll start dying. Oh, one's already died. No, no. There they go. So to get a photograph is really a pain to light them all up and take that snapshot because they will die really quick on you. Now it does stink. Come on, die so I can turn the light on. It's like Laser Light Skeletor lasts longer than He-Man. Quite a bit longer because I didn't take that long pushing all those buttons. It stinks is the wire right here is starting to get loose. I'm not sure what the deal is. I mean, you can see it's lit up, and I thought the batteries died, but just a little wiggle. Now it's not doing it. But earlier when I was trying to light them up, the it wouldn't stay on, and I was like, man, why won't it stay on? And so I ended up changing the batteries again, but I didn't need to. But let's see if he does the flutter too. I think he does. Let me hold the button down. There we go. I probably have to do it for. There we go. And he has the blinking too. Do 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 do. All right, let's go ahead and do some cool laser power, laser light battles in the dark. Hey, someone gave me some cash. Mike Fee, thank you so much. Paying for batteries again. You have saved more figures, Mike. And let's do the... I'm going to do New Adventures, New Adventures. What the heck? Let me get my New Adventures He-Man over here. Bum, bum, bum. And it's not really a New Adventure. It's just one of my customs using laser light. Oh, it's falling over. And let's do that battle scene you'd always see in the commercials. That was so cool with Skeletor holding up his Havoc staff and battling He-Man on the side. He usually has two hands on his Havoc staff in the commercial they used to show for New Adventures. And we'll just hold this up like he's blocking. And then, of course, we have to have some foot action going on here. And sword going forward. All right. There we go. Oh, He-Man comes back with the power sword move. That's so cool. You can see Skeletor's face light up from the power of the glove. I just love the way that just lights up the figures with the glowing lights. It's so cool. It just makes it so much more fun. I mean, it's even better than glowing. You know I love glow-in-the-dark stuff, but light-up stuff is even a higher level than glow-in-the-dark stuff. Because obviously it's brighter. You don't have to keep recharging it with the light. And one step better than glow-in-the-dark. So cool. Oh, bright light, bright light. Now, of course, the way these came was the hooded version. And this head right here and this body right here. So these are the way they came in the package. I have a link in the description to the Skeletor, which also includes some 2-packs. So check that out. See, New Adventures cartoon was terrible. Sorry to... Yes, the cartoon was terrible, but the figures in the storyline were awesome. If you ever looked at the comic that came with the figures, it was so cool. Now, the first figures, they did stink. Don't get me wrong on that. The little skinny He-Man stunk, but the commercial for the first New Adventures toys was so cool. They had some muscle-bound guy fighting Skeletor, and it was so cool looking. It could have made a live action show out of it. It looked just I love that stupid commercial for the New Adventures toys. I think they used the same guy that used to do the the live He-Man shows. I can't remember his name now. Was it Jack? I don't know. Wadsworth? Someday I'll get those figures for my collection from the Sludge Master. Sludge Master, there was no time better than now to pick them up because they're dropping in price like you would not believe. Classics are getting so inexpensive. I got a link in the description, and pick your stuff up. A brand new 2-pack, man, and it is really cool. Now the batteries might already be dead when you buy the 2-pack because they've been sitting in there so long. But again, you can get 100 batteries for $9.99. So there you go. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. $19.99. Sorry about that. Yep. Was that? No, $9.99. I was right the first time. $9.99 for 100 batteries. I think that's what it is. Now I got to click the link and check myself. But yes, they are cheap right now. Let's see. 1,800 pounds. Wow. Nice, man. Yes. Let's see if Mr. Mirror comments. Hey, Rick. Thanks for joining us. Brett, thanks for joining us. Moto Sean, thanks for being here. Everything's going good. And Jamie, thank you again for being here. And Mike, again, thanks for paying for the batteries. That is so cool. All right, I think that's all that I have. Do you think Origins will ever do these variants? Master Far, that would be cool. If they did these variants in Masterverse or Origins, that would be kind of fun. I'm not sure how it works though, because I know they always say that sending stuff overseas for lighted stuff doesn't always work the best. Look at that. I love just looking at the lighting like on Skeletor's face. Brrr. Oh, you can see his eyes through the sword. No way. That's so cool. Anyway. That's funny. Anyway, I think it's so cool. I love the light up stuff. All right. I think that's it. I'm just going to light back on so we can say good journey. So, like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. It's funny how different they made his face, even in the toy in the 80s. Oop. And if you didn't get a chance to look at my New Adventures He-Man video that I made a while ago on how they should have done it, check it out. It's really cool. And that's it. Bye now.